Am I on? Oh, this is live. Hello. Good afternoon. Everybody come on in if you're going to join us for this piece. I am Michael Beck. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Restaurant Magic Software. Brink was nice enough to let me come up and say a few words. It's always interesting when you come into an event like this and want to say something meaningful to an audience as important as this. And I had the decision to show some dashboards and some widgets and all the stuff that we do really well. There's a lot of people here that do it really well also. So I figured I'd talk to something about something more universal. And this is called the fifth element. So I am a sci-fi nerd and geek. If you go to my house, the fourth floor is entirely peopled with Marvel comic statues, Deadpool, Captain America, Iron Man, and a lot of movie memorabilia. Now I look at this actual slide that I made, it looks like actually a screensaver from an 80s sitcom called Fifth Element, the way the font looks. So, but bear with me, it'll make sense in a little bit. They didn't give me my clicker. Thank you, all right. And click. So Restaurant Magic Software, we're a software development shop out of Tampa, Florida. We do back office solutions for restaurants, and we specifically focus on QSR, fast casual, some table service, but really we live in the big economies of scale. This is our team, and what you'll find out about this presentation, the fifth element, what I'm drilling into is the human component of why we do this, the people we serve, and really the downstream benefits of a job well done. If we do what we're supposed to do as a vendor, if Brink does what they're supposed to do, or other vendors in the room, that has a significant impact on the lives, peoples, and communities that are around the businesses that we support. This is my team, or part of my team. It's really just about people. We know that this is a technology vertical. We know that we are supplying services. But what's the most important piece of this is empowering people to do the job that they need to do and get back to the things that are important to them. Now, what's important? Having great numbers, getting to work on time, getting their production done in a way that's is meaningful. But what's also important is after the business closes and when they go home to their families, and do they have enough money to pay their bills? Do they have enough money to go on vacation? That's kind of what I want to talk about today, that trickle down, that downstream effect of how things work if we do it right. Now here's a little bit of unapologetic self-promotion. This is what we do. So just a little bit about Restaurant Magic. Again, we're a back office company, and the services we provide, inventory management, labor scheduling, and then just advanced analytics and reporting. Part of Brink Restaurant Magic, we've been in business for a number of years together. We really have what you would call a truly battle-tested integration. We're in thousands of locations together. We share over a dozen brands that we work with. And just the relationships that we have, again, down to the people level, the reason we work so well together is our people and our values align. Battle-tested and dependable. Look at that. I can do a PowerPoint. If anybody's from Disney's in the room, I apologize. I stole this unrepentantly. And so back to what I was saying, as far as what we do together, the business relationship we have has empowered our customers to run more profitable businesses. There's some of you in the room right now, Russ Jasilovich from Mighty Taco. I know there's some folks here from Mod Pizza. I will be talking about Mod later. Russ, you and I have to get together, get some more stories from what you guys do. We span over a dozen brands, and if you come by our booth, we can show you some of the people we're doing business with today. What we'd really like to do is have conversations. If you haven't talked to us yet, spend a little time with us, get a feel for what we do. Our technology is only one part of that. The other part is the people and the services we offer. And again, what you get when you deal with our customers, or you talk to our customers, Rob, is how's it feel to work with us? You know, are we difficult? Do we listen? Do we pay attention? Do we deliver? Do we do as we said we would? Do we have integrity? Those are the things I'd like you to talk to people we do business with, so you'll understand a little bit more about that. Thousands of units deployed. Last year when I was here, I gave a similar speech about our partnership and how Restaurant Magic and Brink work so well together. At that time, I said I was going to make an announcement of a new customer we acquired. Today, I can talk about it. Dairy Queen International is our customer at the corporate level. We're rolling out to their stores with Brink together. We're in about 700 stores currently. We're on track to do about 4,000 if everything lines up. Rapid deployment. We have a mutual customer called Smoothie King. 1,000 units in a year. That's not a bad click at getting stuff out, and it's working, and it's in production, and people are realizing value from the system. And then our mutual track record of reliability, success, it's really hard to ding that. Our turn rate's about 2%. People we work with like working with us. We stay very sticky. Our first customer, First Watch Restaurants, is still our customer today. Another nice little piece of trivia, Nation Restaurant News ran an article recently of the top 10 growth brands in the country. Number 1 being First Watch Restaurants, the second one being Mod Pizza. Both of them happen to be our customer. I can't steal credit, but I'd like to. But they happen to be working with us as well. So joint wins, who we're doing business with, like I said, Smoothie King, Dairy Queen, Mod Pizza, Lenny's Subs, kind of cross spectrum, but it's all in that niche of QSR, fast casual, and we're looking at large scales of economies of scale. Uh-oh. Ah, that's a different button. So the fifth element, where's all this come from? Back to being the sci-fi geek, there's that movie, Fifth Element from the 90s. Who remembers Corbin Dallas? Oh, yeah. Captain Corbin, right? Really, you got me there. So it's not about that, but I thought it was funny. So when I got with our marketing team about putting together this presentation deck, they go, you know what, nobody knows this movie. And we're not even going to give you the deck that you asked for. So last night I opened up what I was going to be talking about today. I go, this isn't anything that we discussed in that meeting. In fact, it looks exactly like the presentation I gave last year. So I got to work and put this together. But what it really comes down to is in the movie, there's this concept of earth, air, fire, and water. And those are the 4 elements, right? And Ryan, what was the 5th element?
I don't remember.
It was Lilu. She was a person, right? Well, actually, it was love, I think, was the 5th element. But in this illustration here, they show a person standing in the middle of all these things that are connecting and coming together, right? And it's the same with us. It's the same with our industry, and really with any industry. We're in a people business. We work with people, we employ people, but we service people. And so if we talk about that and we look at the downstream effects of how we take care of those people, I think that's an important thing to take away. So Cousin Subs, this is kind of like, I guess you call it a case study. This is a customer of ours. They're about 100 units. Through use of our tool, they're really seeing some significant results. And some of that being that last year, their president shared with us at NRA this year, that last year they saved $250,000 across 100 stores, quantified real numbers across variance and also on labor savings using our tools. That makes a big difference. As a result of that, Cousin Subs is now opening 40 new locations in the Chicago area because they have money to invest and reinvest in their business. Their managers before they brought on Part Brinken, before they brought on Restaurant Magic, 1 in 20 of their managers was making bonus. Anyone care to guess how many are making bonus now? Throw out a number.
15.
You heard me say it. You know what? I gotta stop putting that stuff down there. That's a teaser right there. Testing you guys, you read, you won. And then the whole thing of empowering families. So they've created scholarships with the extra money they're having. They're sending kids to school. They're doing stuff that is changing lives of people and changing the lives of their communities. And if that's not the most powerful message you can have, I don't know what else is. At NRA, again, the president came by, and I can say this stuff, but I'm also a fast-talking sales guy. And so I'd rather have you hear from the horse's mouth, and I just took a moment to
Well, here's the deal. I've been with Restaurant Magic now for probably about 8 years in 2 different functions, but I've been with Cousins for 7 years. We brought you guys on board probably about 3 or 4 years ago. We did that based on the experience we had previously with you. Our food costs, we basically couldn't keep our food costs under control. We know we're losing about 1 to 2% off of our bottom line. Our food cost variance is now down to it's actually within range of where we want to be. And last year, between the labor and the cost of sales savings on our brand side for the 100 stores, we saved $250,000 for our bottom line.
Holy cow!
Those are real numbers. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That is real.
I wasn't excited about that at all. And so we have video after video after video of these things. And so at NRA, our customers are just really nice to us. And so they came by our booth, they spent some time with each of us, and they shared with us what they're getting out of the system. Some folks said, you know what, here's some things I'd like to see. That feedback is absolutely important. But we also like to hear the stories. We like to see how we're impacting people. We like to hear how we're changing lives. And at the end of the day, if any of us lose sight that this is a people business, you're in the wrong business. We're here to service people. We're here to give a great experience, whether we're on the front of house and we're talking with guests, or if we're on the technology side and we're servicing people. We are a people business, and if we lose sight of that, it's at our own peril. So Mod Pizza, another great organization we work with, they take this to a whole nother level. And so Mod Pizza has a second chance program. They work with people that might have had a colorful past, let's say that. And they give them opportunities to not only be an employee, but to be managers and grow in the business and actually join the leadership. They groom people to be more than what they are, to aspire to greater things. And I admire that so much. Scott Svensson said this, I've heard him say it a number of times. We're unapologetically a business for profit, but it exists to be a force for good. I think all of us should embrace that mindset. Social stewardship and community giving. One of the things that they do every year, they have what they call the Meeting of the Mods. It's their annual franchisee convention. Everybody gets together from across the country. Most companies that I've been fortunate to join these events at, it's talking about the bottom line, next thing that's coming up, who's the top performing store and all that. What Mod Pizza does is they don't start that way. They get everybody in a warehouse. Last time we did this, we packed 46,000 meals inside of 1 hour. All the vendors, all the store operators, the CEO of the company, everybody at every level participated for a certain amount, for about an hour, and in that time we packed 46,000 meals. The year before we did 33,000, so they're picking up, but also they're growing as a company, so they have more bodies to put this together. An opportunity, so as they grow and they open more stores, of course they're giving more people opportunities for jobs and growth, and again continuing that cycle of improving themselves and their communities. So this is a couple of shots from where we're at it. I gotta stop looking at the screen behind me. This is meaningful to me. So when I was a kid, I'll remember this forever. My stepdad was a merchant marine. He worked 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. He worked offshore off of Louisiana. And he had forgotten to give my mom some money. And we had very little of it when we did. And so one night, my mom, we had no ingredients for dinner, and we had fried chicken a couple of nights before, and there was some fat in the pan. And so she took some flour, she put it in the fat, she tried to make some gravy, she went to season it with some salt, and the cap fell off. The only food we had was now filled with salt, and we couldn't eat it, and I saw my mom crying as we couldn't make food for our dinner. And it was the smallest thing, it was a couple of cents ingredients, but that's all we had. This means a lot to me, that the people have a sense of giving back, that there's more to it than just making money. So, this is the meeting of the mods. This is when we packed those 46,000 meals and fed all those people. That's going to change lives. There's kids that are going to go to school with full stomachs. They're going to go to sleep having a full tummy and be able to study and think about what's important to them. We're getting out and playing and just enjoying life and not feeling the pressures of not having something to eat. We're all in the people business. Again, if we lose sight of that, we're losing sight of the most important piece. That's our fifth element. The people are the fifth element. And if we take care of them, if you take care of the people, the business will take care of itself. That's something I firmly believe. And then here's an unrepentant selfie of me and Jean Van Cleef from over at Par Brink. We just got done packing a whole bunch of meals. That was fun, right? And we can't wait for next year. We're going to pack even more. So with that being said, that's my presentation. Thank you very much.